I think it's time for a mail call. What is up, friends? Justin here, aka No Good Comics. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, I have a couple of medium-sized boxes that I got from over the weekend, so I figure I would take some time and open them up. These are boxes that I got from the Comic Underground live streams that they do over on Instagram. Shout out to Caits.comics, who runs or helped partner up and run the stream. The individual vendor for this particular set of boxes that I got here are from Comic.book.page with periods in between those words. Comic.book.page. The guy Nick over there, really nice guy. He had some crazy deals. So yeah, had to jump in. Like I said, Comic Underground, they've been doing a lot of streams, a lot of team ups with a lot of great vendors in this community. So shout out to them and Caits.comics for hosting that. But yeah, I want to open up a couple things here. I've been going through a lot in my collection, just kind of changing it up over time. I always am diving into something new, right? If you've been following my channel, you know that I'm quickly drawn to new things or just something different that I haven't explored as far as characters go or writers go. So you might see some unique stuff here. Of course, there's some X-Men stuff in here as well, as always. But yeah, I wanted to take some time to open up these boxes and show you guys what I got. All right, I think this one's the heavier one. Start with that one first. All right, well packaged. A little bit of foam action here. Wow, I bought a lot of books, a lot more than I realized I did. This is one thing here. There's a slab in here, another one of these things here. We'll hold off on the slab for a second. I'll open up this bad boy as well, just to get that started. Again, nicely packaged. Thank you, Nick, for doing so. Got two more in here. I think that's everything. Yes. All right, gang, here it is, the stack of Raw books. I do have one slab as well that I'll show here at the end, but let me start going through some of these. I'll run through, because some of these are just like a full run of certain things, so I'll kind of run through some of that quickly, and otherwise, yeah, let's dive in here. Let's see, where do I want to start? All right, I'll start here. The horror stuff that, a lot of the Halloween stuff that had just passed, seeing a lot of people posting a lot of really awesome, spooky, scary books. So this was very much me jumping on board with just an opportunity to get some more horror added to my collection. DC horror, of course. These are 3 books I got for $20. They were each marked, I think, $20 a piece. Oh no, sorry, they're $10 a piece, and then he gave them to me for $20 total for the 3. So it is the Doorway to Nightmare. This is issue number 3 here. I think I own issue number 1 somewhere. I have to go back and see if I can find it. But here's issue number 4. And of course issue number 5. So just a great series. The horror books, I've never actually read the actual series, but the title or the cover always stood out to me, for this run. So definitely will have to be something that I'll have to dive into here at some point. So I think I'm just missing issue 2 and then whatever came after these 3, 4, and 5. So but either way, nicely added to the collection for that. For $20. I got this classic Uncanny X-Men. I think I own a bunch of these now, but couldn't pass this up. Great opportunity for this just classic team up here. Technically 268 is the Uncanny issue there. Let's see, I'll jump into these next. So I have been on just a kick for Submariner, Namor. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, I just got the first issue of his solo run that he did in 1968 with Roy Thomas and John Buscema. And I've just been on a kick because, well, honestly, because of the new stuff, the new Jason Aaron run for Namor, he's been coming out with over the past, I guess, 4 months now. The issue 4 just dropped recently. If you guys have not read that, man, it is fantastic. I'm not a big Namor guy. I never really knew too much or cared too much about Namor until I started to read Jason Aaron's run. And because of that, it's now inspired me to go back and read some of the original stuff or the earlier stuff. I technically should go back even further to, the Tales to Astonish stuff, but I found an opportunity to get volume 1, or issue 1, I should say, of his solo series with Roy Thomas, doing the writing for that. So that was what kind of set me on going back to the older stuff, reading that. So I think I'm on issue 5 right now for that older series from the 60s, and really enjoying that. And so because of that, I wanted to continue to buy up whatever I could find. So got this little bundle here for a great price, and I'll just kind of run through them. So I started out at issue number 30. So this is Submariner number 30. This is again from his technically his first volume, that they've ever had for him. So we got 30 here. We got issue 32, which is good because this is a good mix where there's still a lot for me to hunt down, especially obviously the earlier issues, which are probably a bit more pricier, but I'm just glad to be able to get a good bunch of these here. 33 right there. Some really, really gorgeous artwork here. Lady Dorma here on the side. Let's see, 34, we got Hulk smashing his way in here, and Silver Surfer as well. So, definitely want to continue to read up on this series as a whole, because I find Namor so fascinating, especially with what Jason Aaron has been highlighting or kind of revealing of his past and what he was like as a kid. And that's what I think just fascinates me, to kind of see who he was and how he turned into what he is now. And at least from what I know him as, I'm still learning as I go, just based on reading some of the classic stuff. So still a lot to kind of learn about him. But there's 36 there, issue number 37, and then issue number this is issue number 63. I bought in a separate pile, or a separate individual book there for $25. But this is a really crispy condition for this book. So again, just adding on to collecting this whole run as a whole. And so I thought it was a really great deal for this batch, and I can't wait to read it. Can't wait to dive into the artwork and everything else that comes with this. Submariner has just been like on my mind lately, just wanting to read more and more of that. So big shout out to Nick for hooking me up with these. And then just to kind of keep that conversation going, I got a lot more. It was all Invaders stuff here. So this is, I think, from 75, mid-70s. Yeah, sometime around there. But this is a chunk of the run. I actually don't know how far this goes up, or how many issues are in this run offhand. But he had all these books for $20. This is $20. And I'll go through them quickly. But issue number 1. Let me see how I want to pile this here without damaging anything, or these books or anything like that. So we got number 1 here, and I'll probably be doing a close-up taking pictures of all this stuff here, but issue number 2. Let's go down this way. Number 3 there. I mean, I've never read any of this stuff, so again, just to get more into reading more Namor, just a good opportunity, I thought, to do that, along with seeing the rest of the team here of Invaders, as they take on the Nazis here and several other villains at this time. So I think there were only out of this run, let's see, this is issue number 8. I think it was missing issue number 12, so I'll still have to hunt that one down. But it was like 12, and then I think there's like a duplicate of like issue number 20 or something like that. So yeah, there's issue number 11, and then I think it jumps to 13 there. Again, some really, really epic, they look like epic stories here, a lot of them. And I love the artwork. Definitely gonna have to open them up and see more about the creators and things like that. This is issue number 17 here. Yeah, 18 and 19 and 20. I think this is the one that has 2 copies of 20. If anybody needs a 20, let me know. This is 22. Love the colors on some of these too. 23 and 24. So got all these books for $20. Less than $1 a piece. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. So there it is. Again, just feeding my hunger for more Namor, essentially, is what I was diving in with these. So looking forward to reading this stuff. I have a lot to read, just in general. But, little by little, take some time to read some more Namor as I go along. Again, I know technically that stuff comes later compared to the Roy Thomas stuff that I was referring to before, and some of the main Volume 1 run. But, gonna just work my way through a lot of that, and there's a lot that I need to learn to read still for Namor, even more modern stuff that I've heard some really good just other reads in general. So between that stuff, the Jason Aaron stuff, gonna continue to dive into that as they release. I think it's 8 issues altogether, what Jason Aaron had announced. But yeah, looking forward to more of that. And then I have one book here. And of course, it's a slab that I couldn't pass up, and especially for the deals. Again, a lot of this stuff, like he was just chopping prices for a lot of the things that Nick was like holding up, and looks like they were trying to get rid of a lot or move a lot, I should say. And so they had a bunch of slabs there as well. And this is just it's one of my favorite X-Men books, and to get it in this grade here, I'll just show it here. The beautiful, it's a 9/6 X-Men 168, and this is of course the iconic issue where Kitty Pryde yells at Professor X is a jerk on the interior cover there, the first splash page. So if you've never read this, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of story going on here, and especially with Kitty Pryde. I love that basically Professor X, from the issue prior to this, kind of assigns Kitty Pryde to be part of the New Mutants team, which she viewed as, the kiddie team, or the kids table kind of thing. So she was not happy with that, especially knowing all the amazing things that she's done with the X-Men team, before this issue. I mean, she saved their butts multiple times. She saved the world a few times, with the Brood and everything else going on, like just some crazy stuff. So for her, she felt very disrespected and treated like a child, and Professor X, making her go to the kind of the B team, or the kids team. She was not happy. So she does a whole bunch of things here to try to get back on Professor X's good side, and have him talk himself into bringing her back on the team. At one point, there's this one great page where it's like 4 different segments on one page where she like tries these 4 different tactics to kind of win him over. One of the ways is showing how smart she is. She's playing a game of chess with him, and she beats him and saying like, hey, like I got the smarts for this. I definitely should be on the X-Men, but he's not pushing, he's not budging with that. Then I think she tries to just like show how much passion she has, and she explains all the times that she's really helped the X-Men in the past and why she'd be such a good team member. And even that, he's just like, no, like you're not ready for it yet. And I think at one point she tries to like cooperate and just go along with whatever he asks, and play the game that way, and that wasn't helping. And then the fourth way was she was like being very complimentary of him, and just saying how she tells all her friends how friendly and handsome her professor is, and all these things, trying to woo him in that way, and he still wasn't having it. So it wasn't until the end of the issue where she gets attacked by the Sidri, which are these alien beetle-like creatures that happen to be nesting within the mansion. She has discovered one. Luckily, Lockheed by her side to kind of go down and check out the tunnels to fix whatever it was that was happening to the computers and stuff in the mansion. And she gets into some trouble, but she handles herself very well. And especially because at one point she does get zapped by one of the beams, and she kind of loses her powers for a little bit, or she's unable to phase. So she has to just use the talents and the skills that she had learned from Wolverine, her fighting skills, to kind of combat the other. There was like 2 or 3 alien Sidri down there, and she ends up doing so. And Peter comes in towards the end to save her, or help I guess really help finalize because she already took 2 of them out herself, and then she was kind of jumped by the last one, and then Peter came in to kind of help out. And Lockheed, he had found the nest, taking out the rest of them. Anyways, it's a really, really great issue. I love it, love it, love it. I have several raw copies of it, and I just thought, I know this is usually not a book you'd want to get, wrapped up in plastic in a CGC format, but to just have as in a really nice condition. And again, I think this is going for like $80-$90 for a 9.6, and he sold it to me for $60. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I'll take it for a beautiful high grade copy like this. So just another addition for this to be in my PC. And yeah, love this issue. If you guys never read it, definitely check it out. Creators, obviously Chris Claremont, Paul Smith doing the interior and this cover here, and Bob Wycheck also on the interior work, complementing his penciling. So yeah, but that's the books that I have. really happy with everything. Again, shout out to Comic.book.page is what Nick goes by over on Instagram, with periods in between those words. Really great guy. Again, just kind of having a blowout sale, and so just trying to take advantage of that. And the shipping was great, as you saw. The turnaround time was really, really fast. Only a couple days later that I got all the books. So if you guys ever buy from him, definitely recommend it. I put his information in the description below, as well as the Comic Underground. I put their information in the description below as well. Follow him over on Instagram, Caits.comics. She's awesome. The whole team that they have there is really great, and they are constantly highlighting certain vendors and collectors, and then they team up with vendors where they do live streams and are selling a bunch of really great books for really great prices, honestly. Yeah, just really fun times hanging out with them and seeing all the different vendors show their books and stuff like that. So anyways, that's the stuff that I have. I'm curious what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you reading any Namor? Have you ever read Namor before? Do you have any recommendations for me on what I could read or should check out for Namor from any period of time? Let me know in the comment section below. I am curious, and yeah, I just want to continue reading more and learning more about that character right now. It's kind of where my mind's been. So otherwise, I hope you all are doing well. Take a moment to smash that like button on the way out. And until next time, I will talk to you later.